Please excuse any mispronunciations by TTS. The English TTS has trouble with non-English words. But, if you watch Zentraya, you should be fine. As a result of YouTube's rules pertaining to links in descriptions, I will be adding site details to the video. According to the Lam Museum website, tied to Wake Forest University, lammuseum.wfu.edu, Timothy S.Y. Lam Museum of Anthropology said. History of Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year, also known as Lunar New Year or Spring Festival, is China's most important festival. It is also the most important celebration for families and includes a week of official public holiday. The history of the Chinese New Year festival can be traced back to about 3,500 years ago. Chinese New Year has evolved over a long period of time and its customs have undergone a long developmental process. When is Chinese New Year? The date of the Chinese New Year is determined by the lunar calendar. The holiday falls on the second new moon after the winter solstice on December 21st. Each year the New Year in China falls on a different date than on the Gregorian calendar. The dates usually range sometime between January 21st and February 20th. Why is it called the Spring Festival? Even though it is winter, the Chinese New Year is popularly known as the Spring Festival in China. Because it starts from the beginning of spring, the first of the 24 terms in coordination with the changes of nature, it marks the end of winter and the beginning of spring. The Spring Festival marks a new year on the lunar calendar and represents the desire for a new life. Legend of the origin of Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is steeped with stories and myths. One of the most popular legends is about the mythical beast Nian or Year. He ate livestock, crops, and even people on the eve of a new year. To prevent Nian from attacking people and causing destruction, people put food at their doors for Nian. It's said that a wise old man figured out that Nian was scared of loud noises, i.e. firecrackers and the color red. So, people put red lanterns and red scrolls on their windows and doors to stop Nian from coming inside. Crackling bamboo, later replaced by firecrackers, was lit to scare Nian away. Chinese New Year's origin in the Shang dynasty. Chinese New Year has a history of about 3,500 years. Its exact beginning date is not recorded. Some people believe that Chinese New Year originated in the Shang dynasty, 1600 to 1046 BC, when people held sacrificial ceremonies in honor of gods and ancestors at the beginning or the end of each year. Chinese calendar year established in the Zhou dynasty. The term Nian first appeared in the Zhou dynasty, 1046 to 256 BC. It had become a custom to offer sacrifices to ancestors or gods, and to worship nature in order to bless harvests at the turn of the year. Chinese New Year date was fixed in the Han dynasty. The date of the festival, the first day of the first month in the Chinese lunar calendar, was fixed in the Han dynasty, 202 BC, 220 AD. Certain celebration activities became popular, such as burning bamboo to make a loud cracking sound. In the Wei and Jin dynasties. In the Wei and Jin dynasties, 220 to 420 AD, apart from worshipping gods and ancestors, people began to entertain themselves. The customs of a family getting together to clean their house, having a dinner, and staying up late on New Year's Eve originated among common people. More Chinese New Year activities from the Tang to Qing dynasties. The prosperity of economies and cultures during the Tang, Song, and Qing dynasties accelerated the development of the Spring Festival. The customs during the festival became similar to those of modern times. Setting off firecrackers, visiting relatives and friends, and eating dumplings became important parts of the celebration. More entertaining activities arose, such as watching dragon and lion dances during the temple fair and enjoying lantern shows. The function of the Spring Festival changed from a religious one to an entertaining and social one, more like that of today. In modern times. In 1912, the government decided to abolish Chinese New Year and the lunar calendar. It adopted the Gregorian calendar instead and made January 1 the official start of the new year. After 1949, Chinese New Year was renamed the Spring Festival. It was listed as a nationwide public holiday. Nowadays, many traditional activities are disappearing, but new trends have been generated. CCTV, ChinaCentralTelevision, Spring Festival Gala, shopping online, WeChat red envelopes, and overseas travel make Chinese New Year more interesting and colorful. Chinese New Year traditions. Different parts of China have very different traditions. The following are the most typical. Chinese New Year food. During Chinese New Year, no special foods are served, but the following items are considered traditional. New Year's Eve dinner. The New Year's Eve dinner is the most important meal for Chinese families. Normally, this is the family reunion dinner, especially for those with family members away from home. The majority of Chinese families will gather at a family member's home instead of a restaurant to eat the New Year's Eve dinner. It is customary for fish and dumplings to be served. These two dishes mean prosperous. Other dishes are served depending on personal preference. Dumplings. Dumplings are very popular in northern China and are one of the main dishes for the New Year's Eve dinner. In southern China, very few people serve dumplings as part of the New Year's Eve dinner. New Year cake. It is a solid cake made with glutinous rice flour mixed together with some sugar. New Year cake is popular in eastern China. Tanyuan. Tanyuan is small ball made from glutinous rice flour. The rice flour is mixed with a small amount of water to form small balls. It is cooked and served in boiling water. Tanyuan can be either filled or unfilled. It is traditionally eaten on the last day of Chinese New Year's festival. Fireworks. Fireworks are used to drive away evil in China. Right after 12 a.m. on New Year's Eve, fireworks will be launched to celebrate the coming of the new year as well as to drive away evil. It is believed that the person who launches the first firework of the new year will have good luck. Xiaosui. Xiaosui means, after the New Year's Eve dinner. Traditionally, family members would stay awake all night, but now some people just stay awake until after the fireworks. According to Chinese tales and legends, there was a mythical beast named the Neon Year. On New Year's Eve night, the year would come out to harm people, animals, and proprieties. Later, people found that the year was afraid of the color red, fire, and loud sounds. Therefore, on the New Year's Eve night, people will launch fireworks, light fires, and stay awake all night to fend off the year. Red envelopes. The red packet is a red envelope with money in it. The amount of money can range from 1 to a few thousand Chinese yuan. Usually red envelopes are given to children by adults, married couples, and the elderly during the New Year festival. It is believed that the money and red envelopes will keep evil from the children, keep them healthy, and give them a long life. Chinese New Year red envelopes. Chinese New Year red envelopes are one of the favorite Chinese traditions for children, because on New Year's Day they are given the shiny packets with money inside. Kids of all ages quickly learn the words for red envelope, Hongbao in Mandarin, Lai Si in Cantonese. Traditionally the envelopes were decorated with gold letters and messages of prosperity or Chinese lucky symbols like the Chinese dragon, the phoenix, Chinese lions, the Chinese wise men of wealth, the Chinese zodiac animal for that year, etc. Today, red envelopes are decorated with anything including Mickey Mouse, Pokemon, Hello Kitty, and Spider-Man. Who gets red envelopes? Technically, all unmarried children get hongbaos during Chinese New Year. The red envelopes are given by grandma, grandpa, uncles, aunts, mom, and dad of course. Also it is not uncommon for close friends and neighbors to give red envelopes to children during the festivities. Who gives red envelopes really depends on the personal relationship, and the age of the children. A common Chinese New Year greeting that awaits any adult visiting a household with kids will be Gong 11 Fa Cai, Hongbao Na Lai. Meaning, best wishes for the new year, may I have my red envelope please? How much money is given? Any amount with a 4 is avoided because, this is the bad luck number for Chinese people. The pronunciation of 4 resembles that of the character for death. Any amount with 8 is good, because that is the lucky number. Crisp, shiny new bills are best, try to avoid wrinkled, old bills and coins. Other uses for red envelopes. Companies will give red envelopes to their employees as a year-end bonus and to their customers to thank them for their business. You will also see red envelopes being fed into the Chinese lion's mouth during the many lion dances. This is supposed to bring good luck and is considered a donation for the martial arts troupe doing the performance. New Year markets. During the New Year's festival, temporary markets are set up. The main purpose of the markets is to sell New Year goods, such as clothing, lanterns, fireworks, decorations, food, and small arts. The markets are usually decorated with New Year's objects. Small Year. Small Year is the last day of the year. It is believed this is the day the kitchen god will leave the family, go to heaven, and report the family's activities to the Emperor of Heaven. People have religious ceremonies to say farewell to the kitchen god. Part of the ceremony includes taking down and burning the image of the kitchen god. After New Year's Day, people will buy a new image of the kitchen god and display it in their kitchen. Cleaning. A few days before Chinese New Year, people will do a complete cleaning of the house, and housewares. This signifies the removal of the old, and welcoming the new. Historically, when people did not bath often, this is when people would take a bath to welcome the new year. Decoration. After cleaning the entire house, people will decorate their house. This is to welcome the new year. Most New Year decorations are red in color, because the Chinese believe red brings good luck, prosperity, and wards off evil. The most popular New Year decorations are upside-down fu, duilian, lanterns, year paint, paper cutting, door gods, etc. Chinese New Year decorations. How to decorate for Chinese New Year, the top 7 decorations. Chinese people do most of the decorating for Chinese New Year on New Year's Eve, although some people begin to decorate their houses around 10 days before. Almost all decorations involve the color red and lucky images. 2025 is a year of the snake, so snake decorations will appear. 1 Red Chinese lanterns. Drive off bad luck. Chinese lanterns are used in important festivals such as the Chinese New Year and the Mid-Autumn Festival. During Chinese New Year it is not uncommon to see lanterns hung on trees in the streets, office buildings, and the doors of houses. Hanging a red lantern in front of the door is believed to drive off bad luck. 2 Paper door banners. Best wishes for the coming year. Paper banners are hung around interior and exterior doors. On the banners, good wishes and statements are expressed. Some are statements about what the residents want or believe in, such as harmony or prosperity. New Year good wishes are usually posted in pairs, as even numbers are associated with good luck and prosperity in Chinese culture. They are usually written in black ink on red paper. 3 Paper cuttings. Luck and happiness. Paper cutting is the art of cutting designs out of paper, any color, but typically red, and gluing them to a contrasting backing or a transparent surface, door, or window. The image of a plant or animal typically provides the theme of the New Year's paper cutting. Each animal or plant represents a different wish. For example, the peach symbolizes longevity, the pomegranate, fertility, the mandarin duck, love, the pine tree, eternal youth, the peony, honor and wealth, while a magpie perched on the branch of a plum tree presages a lucky event that will soon happen. 4 Chinese New Year paintings. A symbol of New Year's greetings. New Year paintings are hung on doors and walls during the New Year's festival for decorative purposes and as a symbol of New Year's greetings. Images on the paintings are usually legendary figures and plants. 5 Upside-down Fu characters. Luck poured out. The diamond's shapes with the inverted Chinese characters of Fu are hung on or over doors. The Fu characters are deliberately inverted. Fu means good fortune, and posting the character upside down means they want the good fortune to pour out on them. 6 Kumquat trees. A wish for wealth and good luck. In Cantonese, the kumquat is called gam gatsu. The word gam is the Cantonese word for gold, and the word gat sounds like the Cantonese word for good luck. Likewise in Mandarin, the kumquat is called jinjishu and the word jin is the Chinese word for gold. The word ju not only sounds like the Chinese word for good luck but also contains the Chinese character if written. Therefore, having a kumquat tree at home symbolizes a wish for both wealth and good luck. Kumquat trees are a very popular plant displayed during the Chinese New Year holidays, especially in South China's Cantonese-speaking regions of Hong Kong, Macau, Guangdong, and Guangxi. 7 Blooming flowers. Wishes for a prosperous New Year. Chinese New Year, also called Spring Festival, marks the beginning of spring. It is not uncommon for Chinese people to decorate with houses with blooming flowers, which symbolize the coming of spring and wishes for a prosperous New Year. The most popular blooming plants traditionally used during this period are branches of plum blossoms, orchids, peonies, and peach blossoms. Plants and flowers are extremely popular in Hong Kong and Macau as Chinese New Year decorations. The Chinese Zodiac. The Chinese zodiac is a repeating cycle of 12 years, with each year being represented by an animal and its reputed attributes. In order, the 12 Chinese zodiac animals are rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. 2025 is a year of the wood snake. What is the Chinese zodiac? The general consensus is that the zodiacs originally had something to do with the worship of animals. A zodiac system has existed in Chinese culture since the Qin dynasty, more than 2,000 years ago. Over time the zodiacs became more and more integrated into everyday life, with different meanings and characteristics being assigned to each animal. This in turn gave rise to various compatibilities and incompatibilities between each zodiac. They can be used to determine your fortune, play a major role in marriage and career decisions, fortune-telling, and more. 12 Animal Signs. Chinese Zodiac. The Chinese zodiac, or Shengxiao, is a repeating 12-year cycle of animal signs and their ascribed attributes, based on the lunar calendar. In order, the zodiac animals are rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, pig. The Lunar New Year, or Spring Festival, marks the transition from one animal to the next. 2024 is the year of the dragon, which began on February 10, 2024, and ends on February 24, 2024. January 29, 2025. Chinese New Year, will signal the start of the year of the snake. What's your zodiac sign? Your birth year determines your Chinese zodiac sign, but it can get tricky, as the lunar calendar varies from the solar, or Gregorian, calendar. Because the dates of Chinese New Year change every year, individuals born in January or February will need to pay special attention to their birth date in addition to their birth year. Your zodiac year. You'd think your zodiac year will be lucky. It's your year after all. However, it's the total opposite. It's seen as a hurdle you have jump over. The way to protect yourself from evil spirits and bad fortune is to wear red underwear every day for the entire year. Even in modern times, it's still treated as a real concern. Chinese zodiac years. Since the Chinese zodiac cycle repeats every 12 years, it's easy to figure out if it's your year. Just check if your age is a multiple of 12. Listed below are the 12 zodiac animals in order with the next year attributed to it. Snake. 2025 horse. 2026 goat. 2027 monkey. 2028 rooster. 2029 dog. 2030 pig. 2031 rat. 2032, which is also mine. Ox. 2033 tiger. 2034 rabbit. 2035 dragon. 2036 The 5 elements, yin and yang. Much of Chinese philosophy is built around 5 elements and the belief that they interact with natural phenomena. The 5 elements, including metal, water, wood, fire, and earth, have existed in Chinese culture for thousands of years, and affect the Chinese zodiac, as each element has different traits. Characteristics of the 5 elements are assigned to the 12 animal signs, creating 60 possible characteristic combinations. The concept of yin and yang also affects the Chinese zodiac by assigning opposing forces to each animal sign. Odd years are yin years and even years are yang years. Yin is perceived as earth, female, dark, and passive. Yang is perceived as male, heaven, light, and active. Chinese zodiac signs and personalities. Horoscopes were developed around animal signs to predict personality traits and destiny. Each animal is known to have certain characteristics that a person born under the sign would demonstrate. In particular, the year a person is born determines their animal sign. For example, the tiger is a person's animal sign if they were born in the year of the tiger. These animal signs are also assigned by month and hours of the day, which are also broken up into increments of 12. It is important to remember that when determining the hour in which you were born, these hours are not based on local time, but in relation to the sun's location, according to the Chinese zodiac. Additionally, the good or bad luck of a year depends on Chinese astrology and whether the current year shares the same animal as the year a person is born. For example, Ben Ming Nian is the term for a year with an identical animal to your birth year, and is considered bad luck. Tai Sui refers to a year where Jupiter is not in a favorable position for certain zodiac signs. Chinese zodiac animal personality traits. The following is a quick guide to each of the animals of the zodiac and their individual personality influences. Rat, quick-witted, smart, charming, and persuasive. Ox, patient, kind, stubborn, and conservative. Tiger, authoritative, emotional, courageous, and intense. Rabbit, popular, compassionate, and sincere. Dragon, energetic, fearless, warm-hearted, and charismatic. Snake, charming, gregarious, introverted, generous, and smart. Horse, energetic, independent, impatient, and enjoy traveling. Sheep, mild-mannered, shy, kind, and peace-loving. Monkey, fun, energetic, and active. Rooster, independent, practical, hard-working, and observant. Dog, patient, diligent, generous, faithful, and kind. Pig, loving, tolerant, honest, and appreciative of luxury. In Chinese astrology, each year is associated with one of 5 elements, which are said to contribute certain traits to a person's personality. Wood. People with the wood element are said to be gifted, idealistic, and planners. They may also be generous, expansive, and cooperative. Water. People with the water element are said to be sympathetic, perfectionists, and coordinators. They may also be sensitive and creative, and often need time alone. Fire. People with the fire element are said to be courageous, passionate, and good at research. They may also be dynamic, persuasive, and energetic. Earth. People with the earth element are said to be kind, tolerant, honest, and leaders. They may also be stable, reliable, and practical. Metal. People with the metal element are said to be determined, persistent, workaholics, and managers. They may also be resolute, decisive, and disciplined. Again, 2025 is a year of the wood snake. Each of these animals makes up the Chinese zodiac, which is also known as Shengxiao. The featured animals were originally selected in ancient China because of important cultural legends, and each has characteristics that are believed to influence a person's personality, in other words, the Chinese horoscope. Legend of the Zodiac. One legend says that the Jade Emperor needed to choose 12 animals as palace guards. The cat asked his neighbor Rat to help him sign up. Rat forgot, which is why they became mortal enemies. At the palace, Ox was first in line. But Rat wanted to be first, so he secretly climbed onto Ox's back and jumped in front of him. Tiger and Dragon thought it was unfair, but they could only settle behind Ox. Rabbit thought it was unfair too. Rabbit challenged Dragon to a race and won. Rabbit moved up closer to the front of the line. This made Dog mad, who bit rabbit in a fit of anger. He was sent to the back of the line as punishment. Snake, horse, goat, monkey, and rooster fought amongst themselves as well. Pig came late, after everything was finally settled. That's why pig is last. Of course, this is only a story. Cats didn't even exist in China when zodiac animals first came about. The science behind it all. How do Chinese astrologers know each zodiac's personality, fortune, and compatibility with others? Here is some technical information you might be interested in. Earthly branches were the original terms used for the years. These branches are also assigned to the hours of the day, based on solar time. The animals were later added as mnemonics and categorized as either yin or yang. Introduction of the animals. As mentioned before, the earthly branches were also assigned to the hours of the day. The animals, depending on what they did, became associated with certain times of day. This is another explanation for the ordering of the animals. Some technical information you might be interested in. Digi, or earthly branches, were the original terms used for the years. These branches are also assigned to the hours of the day, based on solar time. The animals were later added as mnemonics and categorized as either yin or yang. 10 celestial stems pair with the earthly branches for a 60-year calendrical cycle. Then add in an element. These cycle through, but each zodiac also has a fixed element. This fixed element is what determines which sign you're compatible with. 12 earthly branches, Zi, Zhou, Yin, Mao, Chen, Si, Wu, Wei, Shen, Yu, Su, Hai. 10 celestial stems, Xia, Yi, Bing, Ding, Wu, Ji, Gang, Xin, Ren, Gui. 5 elements, water, wood, fire, earth, metal.